So, Katie, what exactly do you guys do? What tools do you need? Do we use dummies? Do we use real people? What do we do?
So we're going to use for tourniquets when we talk about how to find those pressure points and how to actually put that tourniquet on, make sure it's tight enough. We're going to use real people, and that way everybody's able to put it on themselves. My
So, you mean to tell me that I'm gonna provide my body as a specimen, and people will be able to, you know, I think I'll stab myself and then allow allow my customers to come over and save my life.
Yes, absolutely. I mean that adds to the realism. So for tourniquets, I like them to put them on themselves so they can see that they're not comfortable. It hurts, it pinches, and we're going to walk through how to not hurt each other necessarily in the class because there are some issues with that.
Right.
But then I'll bring our wound packers. So I have some new wound packing material from Rescue Essentials and True Clot. So we'll actually play with blood and get to make some clots. So we get to see what we're looking for in that wound packing skill. So we're going to be putting fingers in holes, playing with blood, and it's going to be good stuff.
Nice. All right. How do you guys get your funding? How does that work?
So everybody does their program a little bit different. So the ACS program, the original ACS Stop the Bleed, originally asked that you not charge for the classes because they provide um, the handouts and the slide set. They provided all of that free of charge to instructors. Now they've realized some instructors have to pay for supplies. So, because we're going to be using gauze, we throw it away, stuff like that. To be able to purchase the products, it takes money. So for my classes, I offer them free of charge because I have my equipment. I'm able to take it with me and offer this class wherever. So if I do have to charge, it's usually donation only, and that goes towards buying gauze.
Mm.
So stuff like that. But otherwise, typically it's instructors finding it on their own. So through my LLC, I do AHA classes, American Heart, where I charge for those classes because it's standard, and then I can use that money from that to buy new Stop the Bleed supplies.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. I think what we're going to do is now that I'm hearing you and I'm listening to this because this is the first time we've actually met,
Mhm.
and I think I'm going to reach out to Texas U.S. Law Shield to see about getting them to also promote this event as well. So I think that'd be good to get some Law Shield, Texas U.S. Law Shield clients, customers, members, to actually come out to this event too.
That would be awesome. And
Yeah.
you mentioned earlier kids, and this is kid friendly class. So
Nice.
my daughter's been putting tourniquets on since she was 3 or 4, and while it wasn't tight enough then, she's that's what we work on. She knows where the kits are. She was actually able to tell me about having a kit in their classroom
Mm.
because she's seen it in their classroom.
Because I mean, kids. I mean, what if they're in school and there's a shooting, something happens. You want your kids to be able to have those, first aid, first
Hmm.
responder skills to
Oh
be
yeah,
able to do that because law enforcement is going to be a while.
they are, and it's so their first job, like you said, it's their first objective is to stop the killing. So they're always going to stop the killing first. Second step of that is stop the dying.
All right, and
So,
because we've been talking about Uvalde Elementary
mhm.
School this entire time, and the kids that are in the school, they were there when their classmates were bleeding out. So you may be in that situation where you have to stop the bleed. We come back from the break. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the Japanese prime minister that was assassinated. We're going to talk about the 4th of July shooter. We're going to talk about Caitlin Armstrong. This is Michael Cargill, and you are listening to Come and Talk It.